Now, a whole bunch of Israelis, they don't believe in God. Israelis don't believe in God, but they do know that God gave them Palestine. I'm sitting here looking at Aaron Bushnell. I'm looking at Aaron Bushnell. Who is Aaron Bushnell? If you haven't heard about Aaron Bushnell, then blame the media, blame your own lack of curiosity. Aaron Bushnell is going to set himself on fire at the Israeli embassy. I want to say at D.C. In D.C. The Embassy of Israel in Washington, D.C., and he live streamed the whole thing on Twitch. Why? Because he's protesting all the shit that's happening in Palestine, all the genocide and murder and all the... He's saying what he's doing with burning himself is what's normal. And that he's no longer going to be complicit in genocide. So Aaron Bushnell is an absolute hero to me. He's a martyr for justice, a martyr for love, a martyr for America. We do have a heart. We do have a conscience. Some of us actually do give a damn. We're not all a bunch of pieces of shit just trying to claw at each other and steal and rob and rape and murder. When I look at Aaron Bushnell, he's a 25-year-old Air Force veteran. When I look at Aaron Bushnell, he seems like just a regular young person. He's got a nice, pleasant smile. He's got a little reddish hair. He's got a little birthday hat. He smiles. He looks like he is loved. He looks like he is loved. And when I look at the picture of him self-immolating, it looks like he is smiling. Unfortunately, this is going to be a blurry image, but that's Aaron Bushnell there. Both of those are Aaron Bushnell. Smiling, happy. Seems like decent dude. He ain't going around hurting nobody. And he didn't hurt anybody even in the end. But what he couldn't do, what he couldn't accept, what he couldn't take, is that he's part of a country participating in genocide. Aaron Bushnell had a conscience. He understands that Israel's getting away with their fucking crimes, 40,000 deaths and counting. Netanyahu says, fuck you, America. Fuck you, Biden. Netanyahu is doing whatever the hell he wants to do. 40,000 people have been murdered. How many is that? That's way more than 9/11, isn't it? 9/11, 3,000 Americans got killed on 9/11, and then we invaded the whole world. So if that's the math, then 40,000 deaths, my God, Palestine should take the whole world and the entire solar system, and maybe even the whole goddamn universe. Aaron Bushnell's an Air Force veteran. He's one of the troops, right? So we love Aaron Bushnell just automatically, just instinctually. We don't know what he's done here or there, what part of the picture, what kind of piece of the puzzle that he is in the overall picture. But this 25-year-old Air Force veteran, Aaron Bushnell, we would say thank you for your service, Aaron Bushnell. That's what we'd say to him, whether we know any of what he has said or done. And I genuinely say thank you for your service, Aaron Bushnell. Thank you for your service, Aaron Bushnell. Thank you for your service. He self-immolated while wearing the soldier fatigues. He had his soldier fatigues on. He doused himself with a flammable liquid and set himself on fire. That's what self-immolation is. He killed himself. But he killed himself for a purpose. Just like those Buddhist monks in the Vietnam War. Just like those Buddhist monks. Just like the Buddhist monk on the cover of the Rage Against the Machine CD. Self-immolation. And he shouted, "Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine," over and over and over again. Until he couldn't say anything anymore. Free Palestine, free Palestine. And then we're going to keep him alive for another 8 hours. He's going to die anyways. He is no longer complicit in genocide. Aaron Bushnell is the only American out of 330 million Americans who can clearly say he is no longer complicit in the genocide. You work here, you drive around here, you use the bus system, you pay your taxes, you vote, you like this system, you're complicit in genocide. This empire is evil. We are protecting Israel's fucking murders. Thou shalt not murder. How come the Christians and the Jewish folks don't know thou shalt not murder? Was that not part of the 10 Commandments of Moses? Aaron Bushnell gave the ultimate sacrifice. I've seen Vietnam or World War II, I've seen veteran memorials where it says, all gave some, but some gave all. Aaron Bushnell gave all. Thank you for your service, Aaron Bushnell. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you. 40,000 is what we're said is being killed. 40,000. Well, that's over 10 times 9/11. That's over 10 times 9/11. And 40,000 are just the ones that we outright killed. The videos are all out there. I saw one where they're just sitting there trying to give CPR, the Heimlich maneuver to the baby. Where they're burned and they are all disfigured and yet they're still smiling. How we see a picture of 3 sisters and then we see a picture of 2 sisters. When it was 3 sisters, they were smiling. When it was just 1 sister, it's like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? And it's children over and over and over again. It's a father cooking on a poor little stove in the corner. And it's children. You can't get any more innocent than children. You're going to be complicit in genocide. Okay, vote for the Democrats. You want to be complicit in genocide? Vote for the Republicans. Only Jill Stein and Cornel West said Aaron Bushnell was the hero that he actually is. Kennedy, I think he's okay with the shit Israel's doing. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. The Buddhist monks were protesting the Vietnam War, but also Diem. Diem was this virulent Catholic, but he was against the Buddhists. That's not America. You don't pick Buddhism, you don't pick Catholics, you don't pick Baptists, you don't pick the Protestants, you don't pick Muslim, Islam, you don't pick one religion. Because our government was never one religion, we've got to get along. We have been able to get along. You can do your religion over there, and you can do your religion over there. Jewish folks and Buddhists and Islam, Christianity could all get along, but not in Diem's Vietnam. Diem's wife said that it looked like it was a barbecue. It looked like it was some kind of barbecue. That was some sort of let them eat cake moment. Some Marie Antoinette, some out of touch shit. So you don't believe in freedom of religion? Get the fuck out of America. You don't understand this country. You don't know why we got a Constitution or the Bill of Rights. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're okay with mass genocide, mass murder? Thou shalt not murder is eternal law. Of course that's fucking wrong. But sometimes you gotta say obvious shit. So killing 1 innocent person is wrong. Well, killing 40,000 innocent people is wrong. And they're saying it's 200,000 because there's no food getting in. So lack of medicine, lack of water, lack of food is killing Palestinians too. 200,000. 200,000. If Americans want to cry over 3,000 lives on 9/11, then 200,000, my God, I bet you that is just tugging at your heartstrings. 25 years old. R.I.P. to Aaron Bushnell. He is forever young. He's a martyr for justice, good, peace, and justice. He hated being a part of the evil empire. He hated being complicit in the evil empire's crimes. You want to know how America's involved? We funnel our weapons through Israel. We funnel our military through Israel. We have set up Israel as the strong American post military base in the Middle East. So anything that happens in the Middle East has to hop and skip on Israel. We give them money, billions of dollars, 3, 4, 5 billions of dollars every fucking year. Even AOC voted for the Iron Dome. And the biggest thing with Israel is that it was established this way. You got the United Nations Security Council when Israel's committing war crimes, and the United Nations Security Council says, no, you're going to stop doing that shit. We use our veto, and we protect Israel. So we got 900 military bases. We're the premier empire around the world. We got to have, pretend we have international coalitions. So we go through the United Nations. 5 people have a veto in the United Nations Council. So in the international world order, America uses her umbrella to protect Israel while she murders children after children. We give them bombs, we give them missiles, we give them guns. Why? Well, they're our buddy over there, but not really. They bombed the USS Liberty once, so they bombed us, and we just had to fucking take it because we're Israel's bitch. Donald Trump is Israel's bitch. Joe Biden is Israel's bitch. Apparently even Kennedy is Israel's bitch. We're beholden to a foreign nation, a tiny foreign nation that's, I hear, smaller than Delaware. The United States policy is a 2-state solution. A 2-state, that's our public position, that's been our official position, that's been the position of all the presidents that we've been. They can't fall over themselves kissing Israel's ass enough. Since we want a 2-state solution and Israel keeps on stealing Palestinian land, hey Israel, that's not your fucking land. Stop stealing Palestinian land. There's an Israel, there's a country of Israel, there's a country of Palestine. And long live Palestine, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Fucking sick ass bitches. So Biden tells Netanyahu, knock it off with your shit. You're killing the other people in the other state. America says a 2-state solution, but America's not enforcing her 2-state solution. Our pit bull is loose in the Middle East. We need to go ahead and rein the pit bull back in. The pit bull's going around killing 200,000 people are dead. So America with the United Nations or just ourselves, we need to land in Israel, land in Palestine. We need to draw the line. Here's where Palestine is. Here's where Israel is. Because we can't trust Israel to do it themselves. They just keep encroaching and stealing land and stealing land. If you got 2 neighbors and one neighbor, you got a house and, some acreage, and one neighbor has too many kids and the kids just keep going onto the neighbor's land and settling and creating their own houses and without their permission, without payment, without any, that neighbor is wrong. The morality of this is so simple, it's not even funny. It's incredible, the hypocrisy of we got to protect Ukraine, we got to defend the Ukrainian people, which we should, because Russia is a different country invading Ukraine. That's the whole point of the United Nations. That's the whole point of what we learned from World War II. And yet we're watching Israel do the same shit to Palestine. Why would we not be on the side of Palestine? If you're the cop in the neighborhood, you better go after the guy who's committing the crimes, not after their victims. Jesus was born during the massacre of the innocents. Jesus was born during the massacre of the innocents. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. You know where Ramah and Hebron and Jericho, these are places from the Bible. Jericho is the road from Jericho to Jerusalem is where we meet the Good Samaritan. A bunch of Jerusalem is still Palestine. And the birthplace of Jesus Christ, Bethlehem, oh little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. I thought it was insane that we would have a massacre of the innocents, not just once during Moses' age, but again during Jesus' age. I said, my God, that can't be true. To have a massacre of the innocents. What kind of sick fucking nation would mass slaughter a whole bunch of innocents? What the hell did that child do? What the hell did those children do? 40,000 are dead, maybe 200,000? Mostly old people, women, and children. Wow, how brave, America. How brave are you? You fucking thief in the fucking night. You go around the world killing people who don't deserve to die. You go around the world killing people who don't deserve to die. And you wonder. You wonder why 9/11 happened. You want to know why 9/11 happened? Because of this type of shit. Because of how we treat Palestine. 9/11 happened because of how we treated Palestine then. It's amazing Palestine still exists. It's amazing that Palestine still stands. I'm not compromising on Palestine anymore. I'm not compromising on Palestine anymore. Jesus was born in Bethlehem during the massacre of the innocents, and we're watching a massacre of the innocents right now. Jericho, Hebron, Ramah, Bethlehem. We're so goddamn war happy. Our solution is a two-state solution. So let's enforce America's vision. Netanyahu is forcing us to go along with him. He's going to kill, and he doesn't stop. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. The two-state solution is our solution, so let's enforce our solution. No, Israel, we give you the bombs and the weapons and the money and the United Nations protection. You need to stop, motherfucker. They'll enjoy our GIs, right? They love America. They like America's money, at least. And I think as a friend, they'll put up with it. As a buddy, they'll put up with it. You're doing fucking wrong. And you don't want your buddy going around committing crimes and shit. Hey, I knew you, man. I thought we were supposed to be friends. Why are you going around killing innocent kids, you motherfucking pieces of shit? Send in the troops. Send in the army. Send in the Marines. Send in the Air Force. Let's get a United Nations occupation in there. Stop vetoing. When the world condemns what Israel does, we should listen. The United Nations occupation, just like in Haiti, the troops from Kenya, they just dropped down in Haiti just recently. Let's send 200 Marines to Israel. Let's send 200 Marines to the West Bank and Gaza. And let's put up a human barricade. Let's draw a very strict line. Strong fences, strong border walls make for good neighbors. Aaron Bushnell is just smiling when he's lighting himself on fire. The pain is going to get to him, but he likes what he's doing. He's living alone. He's got a cat. You know, he's doing the Air Force thing, but he just feels like such a piece of crap. And no telling what experiences he experienced in the Air Force. There was another unnamed protester that self-immolated him or herself in Atlanta, Georgia. So we got one good person in Atlanta, Georgia. We got one good American in Washington, D.C. Aaron Bushnell grew up Christian. He worked for Christian book and music and video company. He's Christian to the core. But he couldn't stand the settler colonialist apartheid state. He couldn't stand the empire, the imperialism. He's fighting for the republic, just like Luke Skywalker did in Star Wars. He's a settler colonialist. He's against the settler colonialist apartheid state. But you know what? He may have been a settler colonialist. Did we not wipe out the brown Native Americans that were here before? And then segregation, once black folks were free, we said you live on the other side of the tracks and use different bathrooms and use different water fountains. You don't come into our businesses. Whites over on white side, blacks on the black side. Segregation. America, we've already done this shit before. We've seen this shit, we've done this shit. And ultimately, integration is the end goal. Integration is the key. When he heard about October 7th, Aaron Bushnell said, cool, they broke out of their prison. The Palestinians finally broke out of their open-air prison. Of course it's apartheid. Of course it's segregation. Are you fucking kidding me? They gotta live on that side. They count every single calorie that goes into Palestine. They gotta go through checkpoints. They live in an open-air prison. And then the only people that's saying anything good is Jill Stein and Cornel West. They see this. They see Aaron Bushnell being the hero that he actually is. Man, when I read about Aaron Bushnell, I could not stop crying. And how could you? He's 25 years old and he says, I'm going to give up the rest of my life. He had another 51 years. He had another 51 years on this planet. But he says, God damn it, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if my country isn't going to listen, and he didn't hurt any of you all, when they get suicidal, they could hurt others. But instead, he kept it professional. He kept it upright. Bernie Sanders said some good things about him. Jill Stein, Cornel West, Hi Jazzy, they praised it. Bernie Sanders praised it. Tom fucking Cotton wanted to pass 2 bills. He wanted to pass one bill saying that if you express support for a foreign terrorist organization like Israel, and then codify state regulations that ban military service members from participating in protests. So they're going around the country fighting for our freedom, and they're not allowed to go to a goddamn protest? What the fuck are you doing, Tom Cotton? So if you express love for Israel, then revoke your clearance. Now, you love Israel, get the fuck out of here. Take your security clearance and get the fuck out of here. Suicide that's the most extreme protest that you could do before it gets to political violence. He gave all. All gave some, but some gave all. When they go to put out the fire, when they run to put out the fire, you got 2 Secret Service officers on the scene. And the one Secret Service guy says, get down on the ground, get down on the ground, get down on the ground, Aaron Bushnell, get down on the ground. He's fucking burning himself alive. What do you think? He's got a freaking nuclear bomb inside of him? You think what shooting at him is going to be a good thing if the fire's going to detonate it? You don't need to shoot him. You got a gun, so you just can't wait to shoot something? Jesus fucking Christ, you trigger-happy, psychotic piles of shit. To a psycho, compassion looks insane. This is the ultimate act of compassion. To die for love, to die for justice, to die for what is right or wrong, to die for morals, to die for decency, to die for goodness. Well, that makes him great. While live streaming, Aaron Bushnell walked towards the embassy and he said, I'm an active duty member of the United States Air Force. Active duty member. So he's the troops right now, but he says, I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest, but compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it's not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal. You're burning the fuck out of a bunch of babies, a bunch of innocent women and old people, America. Why the fuck are you doing this shit? What the fuck is the matter with you motherfuckers? And both of the fucking candidates is in favor of the genocide? You want to say 1,200 got fucking killed? They broke out of their prison. You want to say collateral damage with the kids? Well, fucking collateral damage back in your face. You got to hurry up and get the last 50 hostages? Because that's what it's all about, huh? Saving people's lives. Because god damn it, you're on the right side. You're on the good people's side. Fucking lying motherfuckers. You're on the good people's side. Then put a fucking end to the war. And go goddamn occupy Israel. Occupy Palestine. You go find the fucking hostages. 40,000. We're just letting Israel kill left and right. Why? Because they're our fucking pit bull. Not my pit bull. I'm not for it. I wish I had the courage of Aaron Bushnell. Not only has he killed himself, but he's smiling as he does it. The Kenyan troops, the United Nations troops are going into Haiti, but that's a poor third world country. When it comes to a big, strong, tough country, we ain't going to do shit. That's our pit bull. That's our dog. We need to rein our dog in. The goddamn Secret Service wants to fucking shoot him, and then you had a police officer says, we don't need guns, we need fire extinguishers. We don't need guns, we need fire extinguishers. And then eventually they got to the scene and put fire extinguishers on Aaron Bushnell. He's transported to a local hospital by the DC Fire and EMS. 7 hours later, he's declared dead from his burn injuries at 8:06 p.m. local time. Not only does this make me think about Vietnam and the Buddhist monks, but it also makes me think about Tunisia. Tunisia, you had a man, he was selling produce, and then a female cop had berated him and said he didn't have a permit to do so. He's got to make his fucking money. Is capitalism not working? Does capitalism not work? Only some people get to sell their vegetables and produce and not the other people? You don't have your permit, so he got berated. They took his stuff. Now he's got nothing to sell. He doesn't have anything. You took everything from him. So in Tunisia, that man self-immolated. That man killed himself. And that started a revolution. That started a revolution. And you know why? Because other people in Tunisia, they had consciences too. And they resonated with Muhammad Bouazizi. They resonated with Muhammad Bouazizi. Azizi's a poor man doing some little bit of work, trying to make a fucking penny, and then a fucking cop wants to take everything from him. Now what's he supposed to fucking do? You gave him no options. Now what's he supposed to fucking do? This country, we're supposed to have all these rights and freedoms. Bullshit! Look what we did to Julian Assange. This country ain't good anymore. Free speech, right to peacefully assemble, right to bear arms, right to have a grand jury indictment for infamous or capital cases. If we don't get these stupid ass Bill of Rights freedoms, then it's on like Donkey Kong. It's fucking natural rights, where we have a right to everybody and everything and everywhere. It's natural fucking rights. You're telling me that the Palestinians should just sit back and take your own shit? You've been doing this shit to Palestine my whole fucking life. They're just supposed to say thank you. You just killed my wife, my sister, my brother, my children. Thank you. They're supposed to say, well, oh, fucking praise. The red, white, and blue. Is that what the fuck they're supposed to say? No, they don't get American rights and freedoms. They don't have the so-called privileges. Just like James Madison said, just like John Adams, George Washington, give me liberty or give me death. Aaron Bushnell took it out on himself, but he got to a point where he couldn't fucking take it anymore. And that could have been a dangerous moment. That could have been dangerous because instead of being suicidal, a lot of times suicidal people are homicidal. So we should thank Aaron Bushnell for his service. Thank you for signing up for the Corps. Thank you for signing up for the Air Force. Thank you for being a good American troop, a good citizen. Thanks for not committing crimes. Thanks for not being a piece of shit. Thanks for having a cat. Thanks for being so low-key and low-brow. I didn't even hear about this shit. Thank you, Aaron Bushnell, for being on this planet, man, and showing us what the fuck we're doing, and goddamn making the protest of a lifetime. You can't fucking, if you can ignore an Aaron Bushnell, you can ignore any other fucking thing out in this goddamn world. You motherfuckers. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free